Okay, we're back. Now again, I hope you'll forgive my little studio down here. It's not much. First of all, you figure out what kind of wood you got, or what you want and what you need. And you're going to need something. I'm going to show you how to do this in pencil. So you're going to need some kind of writing device. You're going to need a tape measure. Okay. I like this one because it's broken down on the opposite side of the tape into 1/8 and 1/4 inches. Whereas most tape measures break it down into millimeters. Okay, you need a lot of measuring devices. This is my steel ruler, not ruler, but forgot the term, guys, help me out. I use a T-square lot, or rather a square. I do have a T-square, and I suggest that you have one of those. Okay? And then I like a plastic, the plastic version for measuring too, because you can see through it. So you're going to need some sandpaper. This goes to a handheld battery-powered sander. You can do it manually if you want to, and sometimes I do. But you're going to need some sandpaper, and we'll talk about that later on. Anyway, you put your stuff together, you got your wood, and we're going to go in here, and I have to make a plaque for a gentleman. He wants Mama's house put in wood, so we're going to make Mama's house here today. So bear with me and we'll get to it. Thank you. Alright, we're back. First of all, you need to figure out what kind of wood that you want to use. You can use a light wood, a dark wood. I use light woods because what you do shows up better on the lighter stuff. Excuse me. You need to figure what you're going to do, and there are certain tools you need to do certain things. This is a plain rectangular piece of wood. It's on pine, has a clear finish on it. Now if you're going to do something with 45-degree angles on it, well, you're going to need a cutoff saw, and that gets more expensive. If you're doing something like this is pretty inexpensive to do. I buy wood at the Home Depot and I cut it down. I have a table saw. That's what my camera is sitting on right now. But and if you're going to put a beveled edge on it, like you see on my plaque, now this is a Romanogi edge, okay? Whereas on the sports plaques, I put just a bevel on it, okay? But you're going to need a router to do that, and the safest bet is with a router table. I've done it freehand routered, but it's easier and much safer on a router table with your router hooked up to it. So if you don't have a table saw, you can have maybe a friend cut the templates the size that you want to. I usually use about a 24-inch piece of wood by 5 1/4 inches high, and of course it's all 3/4 inch thick. But if you don't have a table saw and you can't cut it yourself, you can have a friend do that for you, or even at Home Depot. It adds a little bit more expense to it, but at Home Depot they'll do that for you if you want. So pick your wood, pick what kind of wood that you want. You'll need some tools, router tools of some sort. I'll show you. I laid it up here. Well, I'll find it. It's right here. I use a small Dremel for the real detailed stuff, okay? Made by Dremel. You can buy these at Sears Roebuck too, but Sears will charge you more money. I buy all my tools at probably Home Depot or one of these places. Anytime you buy anything at Sears, they give you a big guarantee on it, but they're just buying it and reselling it. So shop around for your tools. You can save yourself a lot of money if you want. But anyway, you need a Dremel tool to do fine detailed stuff, and then there's a router attachment that you put this in to do pictures of, like the Freddy plaque that I showed you a while ago. And then to do bigger stuff, wider, thicker, deeper cuts, you need a bigger router, and I'll show you that in just a second. So anyway, I'm going to shut the camera back off here, and I'm going to put a few things together, some tools, and get some ideas of what I want to tell you next. So bear with me.
Okay, guys. I'm hoping that you can hear me. The next thing you need to do is figure out how you're going to work, what your work height is going to be. I have my router table, or my router, on a table that's about 4 foot high, 4 foot 5 inches tall. And you can see my router there. I've modified a smaller router for ease of use. But you need to be comfortable at what you're doing. So when you get your tools, figure out how you can sit down or stand up, whichever is most comfortable for you, and work on that router, work with that router. I'll show you. So you can see down inside there where that bit is going to touch that wood surface. You need to be able to see in there. It needs to be well lit, and because you'll make less mistakes that way. So I'm going to pick out some wood and try. This is pretty tough. I wish I had a cameraman here today. But I'm going to pick out some wood. I'm going to do some drawings. That's my router right there that I use. It's a modified router. It's a powerful 25,000 RPMs per minute. It's a powerful router, but I did modify it because I wanted to put a dust collection on it. And I saved myself some money. I could have bought a more expensive one that had it, but I modified this one. And you can see it's a Ryobi, and it's a good brand of router. So anyway, bear with me a little bit. Sorry for the production here, but the main thing is that I'm hoping that you can pick up on what I'm doing and how I do it. I'll be back. Thanks.